we never. No. No. But, okay. Who, Marilyn is coming up to sing with me.
If Marilyn,
You know,
don't you want another glass?
well, no, she's going to,
She's not going to drink?
no.
She'll share
Well,
yours?
she'll share mine. Okay,
You're sitting there?
I'm sitting right there. How you doing? Yeah, I put a chair up for you here. And you know, I'll call you up when we... So I'm going to do and then and then I'm going to do shira da 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 da, and I'm going to do hine matovu manayim, and maybe a bim bom, and a you know, you'll just you know my key. I sing in C and G, and I think that's about it. Okay. It is 7:01, and do you know where your children are?
I sort of do.
There you go for now.
Hey, Ken,
Huh?
you're going to have to hold this. Is this on?
Okay, you're going to have to stand behind me then.
Do you hear it? Oh, now it's on. Hello? Testing?
Hi,
Testing,
Lauren.
You hear me back there? No? Is this on?
Da, 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 da.
Testing? Do you hear? Testing? No.
Oh, I got your movie here.
Let's see if we can bring it down.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone. And Debbie, it's nice. Debbie Plant from Toronto. She hasn't been here since the pandemic was declared. It's so good to see you. It is great to see you.
Off.
And
Test.
well, I did put one there, and okay. Well, you'll okay. Listen, this Sabbath is usually not attended, at least in person, by a lot of people. So I gave the Cantor the night off, and because you know he's been working hard. We have a bar mitzvah tomorrow. We have Chanukah on Sunday night. Oh, light up the night. When is it? 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock.
So you want to come here, all of you people watching at home. I want you here 6 o'clock on Sunday night. We're going to be serving. Sufganiyot. You know what a sufganiya is? It's a jelly donut in honor of Chanukah.
What's Chanukah without jelly donut?
That's right. Or latkes, right?
Latkes, right.
So I'm lucky tonight in as much as Richie's here, and my wife Marilyn wants to come out. I've asked her to come and help me do some singing, and I need you. I need you all to come and sing with me.
No, you don't hear.
La da 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 ya da da ya da da ya da da ya da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da 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 ya da da ya da da ya da da ya da 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 ya da da ya da 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 ya da da da. Come on, Marilyn, sing. Lie, 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 ya, lie, ya, lie, lie, ya, la, lie, 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 ya, lie, 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 ya, lie, 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 ya, lie, 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 la, lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie. Yo, lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, lie, lie. Lie, 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 lie. Bim, bam, day, day. Bim, bam. Hine ma tovu manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. 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 Hava, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava, Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah, Havana Shira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 ki vamoed ki vamoed ki vamoed ki vamoed lai 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 yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai lai yai lai lai yai lai 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 yai lai 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 lai. Mwah. Yeah, sweetie, that was fun. Ah, boy. So, thank you, Richie. You just cover up all my mistakes, Okay. Kind of a little bit of a kumsitz, a little bit of a... So, next week we'll return to the real musicians and,
I was watching on Netflix last night.
Yes.
Get Back.
Oh.
The documentary
on the Beatles.
Of the Beatles, of
yes.
their last sort of get-together. And he sort of reminded me of Paul McCartney, where you're just strumming around.
There you go. Yes. Oh, Paul and I, were like this, Okay. Larry and Lauren, would you do us the honor of blessing the Shabbat wine, and do the Kiddush, and the candle blessing? Come on up. They just flew in to town, and their arms are very tired, so
right.
Here you go.
Bump.
Okay, here you go. Now, the blessing over the Sabbath candles can be found on page 120. You can read one of those paragraphs on page 121 if you like. Lauren? Oh, you don't have a prayer book. Okay. Okay, Lauren will lead us in the blessing over the candles.
We'll do it together. We use the Chanukah melodies.
Oh, okay. We will forgive you. That's fine. A lot of people do that,
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Very nice. And if you would just do the blessing with the wine, and and everyone can join me in the full Kiddush. Go ahead. Page 122. Baruch.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kiddushanu v'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lemahaseh v'reheshit, ki hu yom techila lamikraye kodesh, zecher letziat mitzrayim, kivanu v'acharta ve'otanu Kidashta Mikol Hamim V'Shabbat Kodechecha B'Ahava Uveratzon Hinchaltanu Baruch Atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat. Amen. L'chaim. I'm glad you're here. June was a good month. All right. So we continue on this this Shabbat that falls during the Thanksgiving weekend with Ma Yefeh Hayom, page 128. Ma Yefeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yefeh Hayom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. And we continue with, let's continue with L'chad Dodi on page 138, a traditional melody. L'chad Dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. L'chad Dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Verse 1. Shamor v'zachur b'dibur echad hishmianu el hamyuchad Adonai echad ushmo echad l'shem ultiferet lehit hilah l'chad dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. L'chad dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. Let's skip over to verse 5. Hitoreri, hitoreri, kiva orech kuri, uri, 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 shidaberi, kavod Adonai, alayech nigla, l'chad dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabla. L'chad dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. And we rise and we face the door as the king and queen of Shabbat enter. Stan and Barbara. Boi v'shalom ateret bala gam b'simcha utzhala toch emunei am skula boi chala l'chad dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. L'chad dodi likrat kala Pnei Shabbat nekabla. And now on page 142, Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Boachem leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Baruch hu ni leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Tzeitchem leshalom malachei hashalom malachei elyon. Mi melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu. Page 144. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shamei rabba be'alma devarach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'v'yomechon u'v'chayedechol beit Yisrael ba'gola u'vizman kariv v'yimaru amen. Yehi shmei rabba mevorach le'olam almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach yitpar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitale v'yitala shmei dekudesha barichu le'olam in kol berchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata damiran be'alma v'yimaru amen. And we rise for the Baruch Hu, 146. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Lie, 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 lie. Baruchu et Adonai ha-mevorach. Baruchu et Adonai ha-mevorach. Baruch Adonai ha-mevorach le'olam aved. Baruch Adonai ha-mevorach le'olam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv aravim. Blessed are you, O Lord our God, who brings on the evening. And now Scott will continue, page 148 to 150.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, ruler of the universe, who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars in their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tzivot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, Mariv Avarim.
Good.
150, bottom. Everlasting love you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvot, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael.
And we rise for the Shema. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Please be seated as we continue on 154. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'v'chol nafshecha u'v'chol meodecha ve'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavacha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shiftecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha v'derech ופשוך בך ופקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך, למען תזכרו, ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אמת. And now we continue with Mi Chamocha on page 158. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nehedar ba'kodesh, Nora techilo osei felet, Nora techilo osei felet. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, Bokeya yam lifnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze Eli anu v'amru, Ze Eli anu v'am. Adonai yimlo le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimlo le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai goel Yisrael. Praise to you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Now on 161, we read together at the top of the page. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lay down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. Baruch atah Adonai haporeh sukat shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al Yerushalayim. Okay, is Dallas here? Hey Dallas, I need your help. Okay, come and lead the congregation. Okay, you know what to do. Stand right in front of the flowers. Or you can come up in the bima. You can come up in the bima. Oh, very nice. Vishamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat לעשות את השבת לדורותם וריתו לה. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם וריתו. Now point to yourself. Beini uvnei Yisrael, point up to God. Oti leolam, oti leolam, oti leolam. Veshamru bnei Yisrael et hashabat, lasot et hashabat ledorot. Now you got to make 6. Remember, God made the whole universe in 6 days. Uva yom hashvi. No, vasheshet yamim. Thank you. Asa Adonai. You point to this guy. Et hashamayim. And then point to the earth. Ve'et haaretz. Ve'shamru. V'nei Yisrael. Et Hashabat la'asot et hashabat. Now you make 7. 7, because on the 7th day God rested. Uva yom hashvi shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash, shavat vayinafash. Ready? Veshamru V'nei Yisrael et hashabat lasot et hashabat ledorotam v'rito. Give me a Shabbos fist bump. Okay, please remain standing as we turn in our prayer books to page 166 for the tefillah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel Elohei Leah Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor v'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim V'Konei HaKol V'Zocher Chazdei Avot V'Imaot Umevi Gula Livnei V'Neim Lema'an Shamo B'Ahava Melech Ozer U'Moshia U'Magen Baruch Atah Adonai Magen Avraham V'Ezrat Sarah Ata gibor levolam Adonai mechaye meitim ata rav lehoshia moshiva ruach umarid hagashem mechalkel chayim bechesed mechaye meitim berachamim rabim somech noflim verofei cholim umatir asurim Umekayem emunato lishenei afa micha mocha baal givurot umido melach melech memi umatzmiach Yeshua v'ne'emanata l'chachayot meitim Baruch atah Adonai mechaye hametim. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh kadoshim b'chol yom yahaleluch hatzelah. Baruch atah Adonai ha'el hakadosh. And we take our seats. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands. You are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Page 177, the prayer of thanksgiving. Isn't that fitting? Modim anachnu lach. We read together. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth, which, could you turn that away?
Esther, hello.
There, just turn it in the other direction. Very good. I'm sorry. Let's start again. God of goodness, we give thanks for the gift of life, wonder beyond words, for the awareness of soul, our light within, for the world around us so filled with beauty, for the richness of the earth which day by day sustains us. For all these and more, we offer thanks. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha elocha na'eh lehodot. We continue with Shalom Rav, page 178. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha, tasihim leolam. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha, tasihim leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon, lechol hashalom. Ki ham hu melech adon, shalom. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha, tasihim leolam. Shalom Rav, al Yisrael amcha, tasihim leolam. Tasihim leolam. Now we got some people we got to say hi to. We're watching on Facebook, and we have a lot more who are watching on our streaming service. Eva, I know, is watching, and Phyllis and Sari are watching on our streaming. I don't know who else is also watching on the streaming, but Lillian and Agnes and George are watching, and Rebecca and Sheila, and if Sheila's watching, that would mean Aaron is watching also, and they're all wishing you all a Shabbat Shalom. Marlene and Julie Speckler. Yes, Brent, your twin sister is watching. And I see some hearts coming up here. And Sherry LePage. And Roberta. And now Sharon is watching on here, and she's here in the sanctuary. So I don't know. Do you get double points for that? I'm not sure. She can't get enough. And Eddie is watching. Eddie Nash, and Robin, Stan's daughter. And Judy Lebensberger is watching. And Carrie might be sitting there right beside her. Sandy is watching. And Juliana is watching. And Stanislav is watching. And Jeff Jacob. Our dear friend. Yeah, our dear friend and executive director. And Bill is watching. And Lillian. And Giselle is watching. Oh, Canada. She's a fellow Canadian. She's from Winnipeg, Debbie. It's cold there, I know. And let's see. Oh, and Alexandra Lopez is watching. So we have a lot. Our congregation is much bigger than you would think it is. Well, it is Thanksgiving weekend, and I know I, for one, have much to be thankful for. I got this wonderful wife, Marilyn, and I got 3 wonderful children and 3 wonderful grandchildren. And I, even though my voice might sound like I'm near death's door tonight, I got a little bit of asthma in my chest. I'm really a healthy guy, and I'm blessed. You know, I am blessed. I have everything I need. I have good friends. I have a wonderful congregation. I've had, I'm so blessed. I have so many things that sometimes I forget to give thanks for them. Those things that you experience every day, you begin to take for granted, but you should never take anything for granted. I have a couple of midrashim here. One is a midrash, one is an agadah. It's a bit of a difference without what's that expression? A difference without I don't know. They're very simple. They're very similar. Yes, a difference without a distinction. Thank you, Larry. And it's about Thanksgiving. It's about giving thanks, not about the holiday of Thanksgiving, but the importance of giving thanks. I can't stand it when you have people who talk about being self-made men or women. Nobody's self-made. Nobody is self-made. We all build on the foundations that were left to us. And our success in life depends upon the help of so many people. Yes, you got to work hard. Yes, you got to make some good decisions in life. But so much is out of your control. You do your best. And you should never take things for granted. Now, Abraham, we all know about Abraham being a great host, being a very hospitable man, especially to strangers. So in Midrash Rabbah, Genesis Midrash Rabbah, we read about Abraham bringing in wayfarers, people just passing by his tent, and he always asked them to do kind of a berkat hamazon, a blessing, a grace after meals, and he gives them a lesson here. It's very interesting. Abraham used to receive wayfarers. After they had eaten and drunk, he would suggest, "Say grace." When they asked, "What shall we say?" he would reply, "Say, blessed is the everlasting God of the world, of whose bounty we have partaken." Just give thanks to God. Everything ultimately comes from God, so bless God. If the wayfarer, having eaten and drunk, accepted the suggestion and said grace, he, that is Abraham, would allow them to depart. He'd say, "Go in peace." But if the wayfarer refused, Abraham would say, "Pay what you owe me. Pay what you owe me." When the wayfarer asked, "How much do I owe you?" Abraham would reply, "You owe me a jug of wine, so much for that. You owe me a pound of meat, there's so much for that. A loaf of bread, so much." Who do you suppose is giving you the wine in the wilderness? The meat in the wilderness, the bread in the wilderness. The wayfarer, now aware that he must either pay Abraham or thank God by saying grace, would say, "Blessed is the everlasting God in the world, whose bounty we have partaken." This is the meaning of the description of Abraham as one who bestows free bounty and justice. He said, "Listen, if you don't thank God, you owe it to me. And listen, I got it from God. God has blessed me. You bless God," is what he was saying. Now, this is an agadah. This is taken from the Talmud tractate Brachot. Ben Zoma was one of the great rabbis who lived about 2,000 years ago. And this is about, appreciating all that goes into making your life as good as it is. Ben Zoma once saw a crowd of people on the steps of the Temple Mount. He saw all these people. And he said, "Blessed be he, blessed be God, who discerneth secrets. And blessed be he who created all these people who make my life better, who serve me." For Zoma used to say, "How many labors did Adam have to engage in before he obtained bread to eat? The first man who lived on earth, what did he have to do just to have a crust of bread? He plowed and he sowed and he reaped and he stacked the sheaves. He threshed the grain, winnowed the chaff, selected the good ears of grain, ground them, sifted the flour, kneaded the dough, and baked. And only then did he eat. Whereas I get up and I find all these things done for me. How many labors did Adam have to engage in before he obtained a garment to wear? He sheared the sheep, washed the wool, combed it, spun it, wove it, dyed the cloth, sewed it. Only then did he have a garment to wear. Whereas I get up and I find all these things done for me. All kinds of craftsmen come early to the door of my house. And when I rise in the morning, I find all these things ready for me. Isn't that beautiful? You know, we're so gifted. Nobody does everything for themselves. And, you know, when you eat it, I talk about, in some classes that I've taught on mindfulness, I've said, you know, when you eat very slowly. Say a bracha, eat very slowly. And just think about all that went into in that piece of bread, or that, you know, those vegetables. There were truck drivers and farmers and merchants, and I mean, just think of it. And it seldom crosses our minds how much we have to be thankful for, and how much we take for granted. So I think that's very much in keeping with our tradition, you know, Thanksgiving. You know, the word Jew comes from the word lahodot. Leah's fourth child was Judah. She called him Yehudah, which comes from the same root as Todah. Thank you. The word, just think about that. The word Jew, and you know, we get our name Jew, Yehudi, from Judah. We're all Judeans. It's built into our DNA to give thanks. So we American Jews have no problem in joining with our non-Jewish neighbors in celebrating Thanksgiving. Okay, so there are some people, I think, who are in need of healing. They're in need of a Misha Berach. Do you know of some people who you might want to include in our prayer for healing this Shabbat? Betty, who would you like to include? Okay. Are there others?
Nancy Shamity's dad is in the hospital.
Oh, my goodness.
Owen. And Shai Habosha is going for surgery, so wish him luck.
Oh, yes. And I know a lady by the name of Charlotte, I think. I think we'll include in our prayers tonight. We love Charlotte. I'm sorry? On the list, I have Stuart Rosenfeld. And very good. Okay, page 371. Mi sheberach avotenu makor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Very good. Mi sheberach im Makor habracha leimotenu. Bless those in need of healing, with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. And let's see, I think we have some birthdays. Celebrating birthdays this week are Judy Lebensberger, Arlene Rosenstock, Michael McGowan, Darren Rubel, Milton Jacobs, a former president of our congregation, and Danae Owens. And you know who else? Jules Siegel. She's probably watching tonight. I guess she's 5 years old, I would think. So let's sing happy birthday to them all. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. And we rise for the Elenu on page 586. Aleinu lishabeach ladon hakol, latet gedula yotze breshit, shelo asanu kogoye haratzot, velo samanu kamishpachot adama, shelo sam chelkenu kahem, vegor aleinu kechol hamonam, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. This Shabbat we observe the Yortzites of Max Augenlicht, Harry Besserman, Louis Brainin, Ida Crystal, Betty Ettinger, Rudy Feinerman, Jenny Feinzick, Miriam Friedman, Blanche Germain, Nathan Gertler, Lillian Gilmore, Sylvia Goldstein, Morris Goodman, Herbert Lieberman, Judith Lippman, William Littman, Arthur Malenkoff, Doris Rabinowitz, Marjorie Roth, Joan Sander, Arnold Schneider, Augusta Selinger, Roberta Siskine, Roland Siskine, Nancy Solomon, Elsie Speckler, Brent and Julian Jay's dear mom, who I'm so glad got to these shores during the 1930s. Thank God, because we have the Speckler family as her legacy. A sweet lady I had the privilege and the joy of knowing just during the last few years of her life. Frank Strict, Jacob Tanner, Joseph Terragano, and my mother, Esther Tufts, Sanford Wolf, Robert Woolman, and as always, we remember the 6 million. And we are in the Shloshim period for Carolyn Castor, Norman Atkin, Matthew Adler, Barry Meyerson, and Elverum Weissman. The Mourner's Kaddish can be found on page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, be'alma devarach chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayichon v'yomechon ufchayedecha beit Yisrael, b'galav v'izman kari v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mevarach le'olam olam elamaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitala. Shmeid kutsha b'richu le'elam min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushbachata v'nechemata damiran b'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shamaya v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Osei shalom b'mramav hu ya'asei shalom aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Please be seated as Scott has some important messages. And Wilma, yes. Our cat, yes. I'm going to just say something about that. You know, we lost our cat last week, our beloved cat, Wilma. We don't say cottage for animals, but you know what? They really become part of your life, don't they, your pets? And when they leave you after many years, you do really feel their presence is still with you. You have great memories, and you miss them. So we miss you, Wilma. We love you. Now, you notice we got a little bit different arrangement here. Someone suggested maybe take away the table and just sit here and schmooze, you know?
I feel like I'm on the Merv Griffin show.
So, you got an upcoming movie, do you?
Yeah.
Oh, Steve, it's
Yeah, I like it. It's a bit cozy, right? You like this? Right?
a little different.
I like
We
it.
like to try new things.
It's very cool. It's almost like having you at my house just for a little tea.
That's right. That's right.
I like this.
Yes, I
Fine,
like
yeah.
that. I like that.
Anyway, well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
And I hope you had a great Thanksgiving as well. To everyone who's watching, I hope you all had a wonderful Thanksgiving. It's amazing how time is flying. It seemed like just a few weeks ago we were preparing for the high holidays, and here we are next week, Chanukah. Time flies. Anyway, we have flowers, beautiful flowers, and they're sponsored by Paula and Alexis Rojas. Is that the
Roikus. they
Roikus,
pronounce
sorry. Alexis Roikus, in honor of Elan's bar mitzvah. So mazel tov to Elan and the family.
morning.
And also the flowers are sponsored by Speckler, Fink, and Schrago families in memory of their parents, Elsie and Dr. David Speckler. Oneg to Go is sponsored by Paula and Alexis Roikus in honor, again, of Elan's bar mitzvah. So if you'd like to sponsor an oneg or flowers, please call the office. Tomorrow morning, we have Torah study at 9:30. That's followed by Shabbat morning service on Zoom. And Sunday at 6 o'clock p.m., that's 6 o'clock in the evening. Light up the night, free fun for everyone. You know why? Okay, Hanukkah, right. So anyway, so we're going to have this on the front lawn, and we have our giant menorah. We're going to have latkes. We're going to have jelly donuts. Dreidel lollipops. I don't think I've had a dreidel lollipop.
Sounds
before.
good.
There's going to be music, crafts, and, believe it or not, a Hanukkah bounce house. So, Rabbi, you have to let the kids in first this time before you get into that bounce house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, come on. You were first last time. Tuesday at 6:30 p.m., the Brotherhood has a meeting. And what's nice about the Brotherhood, or one of the nice things, is that we get to eat, and we have special pastrami that's prepared.
And bourbon.
Excuse me?
Pastrami and bourbon.
Bourbon, I know, it's great. So if you haven't been to a Brotherhood meeting, and this is in person because you can't taste pastrami on Zoom, you need to be there. And after the pastrami, we're going to have a poker night, or a poker card. So it's not like that, it's cards. Just in case you're wondering. Then Wednesday, everything you wanted to know about Judaism, and that's with Cantor Manny, and that's on Zoom. Next Friday, 5:30, we're starting this now. So next Friday is our Chanukah Shabbat dinner, sponsored by Sisterhood. So thank you, Sisterhood. Make sure if you want to come, you need to call in to the office by Tuesday. So you RSVP, call in the office. It's going to be a great night. We have wonderful people coming. It's a great dinner. It's catered, by the way. All right, so this is a great, wonderful evening. And then followed by that, let's see, 7 o'clock p.m. we have Shabbat services in the sanctuary. Of course, we do that every Saturday at 7 o'clock. And we will have, that's going to be the first Oneg Shabbat that we have, a live Oneg. So instead of having what we've been giving out since COVID, we have this wonderful Oneg Friday Shabbat. And
that's next Friday, our first, it's going to be our first live together.
Yeah. It's wonderful. So finally, after 2 years,
wow,
we're going to have a real Oneg. And that's sponsored by Rudy and Ruthie Schwartz in honor of their 65th wedding anniversary. So mazel tov to Rudy and Ruthie. Next Sunday, 8:30 a.m., it's the Brotherhood Bikers. And again, you don't need to be part of the Brotherhood to come in and bike. If you have a bicycle, come Sunday morning. We meet at the front gate, and we have a wonderful time biking, and no one's afraid of us. So just come, bring your bicycle. But it's a great time, and you get to see a lot of the area of Hollywood, and it's a beautiful morning. Again, it's not too late to contribute paper goods for the Holocaust survivors. You can bring canned goods for the neighbors in need, and just look for details in trending, or just go to the Temple Bethel website. Well, it's coming up. No, we have lots of events. It's amazing the events that are coming up. But February 27th, we're going to have Hollywood Got Talent show, and that's on a Sunday. It's at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So slots are really filling up. But if you have some talent, and I know you all do, you need to call the front office, sign up. It's going to be a wonderful afternoon. Also, just as a reminder, January 15th, Manny will be bringing some of the boys in the band, right, Richie? And it's going to be a wonderful night. We're going to have the ballroom set up as a club night. So there are tables there. There's going to be appetizers. There's alcohol. And, of course, it's Manny and the guys singing. So this is a real professional night. Really, don't miss this. Call your friends and tell them January 15th, come to the temple. You're not going to beat this, so do that. And as far as you know about masks, so please wear your masks over your mouth and nose when you're in our building. But when you come into our sanctuary, you can remove them. It's optional if you like wearing them, which almost everyone here is doing. Please do. If you don't feel like wearing it, you don't have to. We're all watching what's going on in COVID right now, so we are being careful what we're doing. If things change, we'll go back for everyone. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom. The bikers, they need jackets, and they need a kind of a name. I was thinking of Mel's Angels. Mel's. Do we have a guy named Mel in the Mel's Angels? Schultz. There you go. Yeah.
Mel. Yeah. Hell yeah. Mel. That's a good one.
Mel's Angels. Mel Schwartz is Angel. Okay. All right. Okay. For our closing hymn, let's. Oh, I'm going to Damon and Fran. This is not your last Shabbat with us. You're coming next because I know you're moving up to North Carolina. To Carrie, we're going to be able to visit them occasionally when we're up in our place in Raleigh. But because I want to give you a special blessing on your last Shabbat with us, because you have been wonderful members, and you always will be part of this congregational family. So I just want to know when it's your last Shabbat. Okay, how about page 642? The words of Rabban Gamliel. The world is sustained by three things: Torah, worship, and loving deeds. Al shlosha devarim. You know that? Al shlosh. Page 642. La da 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 da. La da da da. Da 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 da. Ya da da. Ya da 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 da. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Al shlosha devarim. Ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. The world is sustained by three things: by Torah, by worship, and deeds of loving kindness. Okay. Dallas, do you want to come up and help me with the motzi? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. Shabbat Shalom. Take a piece for you and a piece for your grandmother. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. La da da. I wonder what happened with that feedback. Huh? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, you know